Good morning, my name is January Plantage. I am an RN for Next Move, and I'm just going to kind of walk you through my day-to-day as a nurse on a COVID unit. So every morning I wake up at 5:25. I get dressed in the guest closet. So I keep my scrubs in my guest closet. I also have scrub caps. Big thing is we just don't want to bring anything home. Really want to protect yourself. So there's a whole process like right before my shift starts that I have to get there just like 6 to 7 minutes early just to make sure that I get everything. Alright, so now I have my scrub cap on. My scrubs. I usually have hemostats and then I bring my lunch. So kind of our rule at our house for my husband and I when I took this job was take the least amount there so you bring the least amount home, just for the concern of cross-contamination. So we really try to be precautious. My lunch bag is usually like a zip bag that you can throw in the wash. So I will talk to you when I get more into the hospital. Hi, so I just got to work, got to the hospital. I picked up my mask, which is in this paper bag, and then I have the hospital scrubs that I need to change into. Yeah, now I'll start, go get report, and then I'll kind of let you know when I take a break and my lunch and kind of what the day is looking like. Thought I'd give you a quick update for my morning so far. I am wearing my N95, as you can see. Today's census, we have 6 patients and they're actually all positive. So we only have 2 nurses and each nurse has a few patients. So it'll be interesting if we get admissions, if we get rule outs, what they're going to do. I imagine they'll bring in another nurse because we really are trying to eliminate positive and negatives together, positive and rule outs. Hey, so I am just taking a quick breakfast break, I guess. I'm not usually one that takes a breakfast break because I rather chart and do other things, but my manager brought us a casserole, so I just had a little bite of that. It seems like my breakfast and lunch times are a little bit off here, but because I know the routine, it doesn't seem that bad. So I have 2 patients and it's not bad. One of them is pretty independent and the other one just needs a little bit more assistance based on their acuity of their illness, but otherwise they're not bad. We don't have a tech today, and that can be hit and miss too. Sometimes we'll get one, sometimes we won't, but today we don't. So I'll do all my vitals. If my patient needs blood sugars, I do that. So it makes the morning pretty busy. So far so good. We like to keep an eye on the ER census. That kind of tells us if we're gonna get admissions. If they're busy, we're usually busy. So a quick update, we just got slammed with 4 admissions. So it's 11:40 and the 2 nurses that were here had all positive, so we had to pull another nurse in because now they're going to get 3 negatives from the ER because the hospital's full and they need patient beds. And so we just went from 2 to 4 nurses. We went from 5 to 9 patients, and it's getting a little dicey. So this is what I mean by say you have to be flexible and you have to just be willing to roll with it because in 1 hour things change quickly. So I just finished lunch. I actually went earlier today than I normally do. Census has slowed down since I talked last, so we took all those admissions and 1 transfer. We have 4 nurses now. Yeah, we have, let's see here, 5 positives, 3 negatives because the hospital is full. So now we're taking patients from the ER as overflow, and then 1 rule out, so that could be positive or negative. Hi, so we're actually nearing the end of my shift. It is 6:15. People start coming in usually at 6:25, 6:30, and then we start report at 6:45 usually. the census stayed the same since I talked last, and things have been a little bit more less busy. I won't say the Q word because every nurse knows what that means. And you can kind of see at the end of my shift, you can tell that I've been wearing masks kind of all day, or off and on all day. I was actually in a room for a while feeding a patient, and so that's kind of another example of how nursing care is a little different during COVID, is I'm feeding patients when normally you would have a tech do that, but when you don't have techs, the nurses get to be the tech too. So, and then I'll just kind of tell you a little bit about when I leave. So I give a report at 18:45 or 6:45 p.m. And then I have hospital scrubs. So I change out of these, and then I put on my scrubs that I weren't in. I put these in a laundry bin where all the scrubs go to a specific laundromat, not even in this hospital. And then I will zoom on home. Usually my husband is home, and we have this whole plan that we've thought out multiple times and kind of practiced. So yeah, my husband and I had a long conversation about how to make this process as smooth as possible. And we actually lived in an apartment, and then we bought a house, so we had to kind of practice in both places. But we are very methodical in that way. We like to think things through, talk about it, and it's really worked well for us. He's very supportive and loving and caring, so it's been easy for us to work through this and figure out how to be safe as possible. Another step is I have to turn in my mask at the end of the shift in a little container, and everybody turns in their masks, and then we all get them back, hopefully in your next shift. And if you don't, they reissue a new one. So I'm home, and now I'm going to do my decontamination process. My husband actually opens the garage door for me, so I literally don't touch anything. And then we have a bathroom downstairs that has a shower. So I come down here, it's our COVID bathroom, we call it. And there's bleach wipes, and I literally wipe down everything from my lunch to my keys, my badge, because I have to use my badge to get into the building, so I have to bring that home every day. My headphones, and then I take off these scrubs. Were actually my home scrubs, but I changed out of my hospital scrubs to put these back on before I come home. So they're technically not dirty, but we just still treat them like that so that we keep everybody safe. But then I take a shower. My husband has a towel down here. I already have like the shampoo and the body wash, and I take a shower, kind of get myself clean. And then I go upstairs, I put the laundry directly into the laundry, so my husband doesn't touch it. And then I have dinner, and I get to spend time with my spouse. So we try to make this process as clean, as seamless as possible, so that we keep everybody safe in our family, keep me safe so that I can continue going to work and be a nurse and keep my patients safe, and try to keep them as healthy as possible. So that is the day in the life of a COVID nurse right now in 2020, and thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something.
If you're thinking about traveling as a nurse, make sure to contact the team at NextMove.